Okay, so it's my first time hunting this area, Aquatic State Park in Connecticut. I went and retrieved my game camera because all I've been seeing is this guy walking by morning and night. No deer traffic. This is my first time really hunting Connecticut with the bow. Well, not first, but first time I spent any time scouting rather than just walking in the woods and sitting. I'm really not impressed with this area. I haven't seen any new rubs, no scrapes, no tracks, no drop-ins, no deer. You know, it's hard when you're trying to learn an area. I hunted in Massachusetts pretty much my whole life, some in Maine. My most success has been in Massachusetts, hunting an area that I've hunted for over 25 years. Well, like 35 years actually. I guess I'm older than I think I am. I haven't really hunted anywhere else other than that. I know the area so well. I know where the bucks are. I know where they travel. I know their escape areas. I always see deer. Maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. But anybody else who's new to hunting state land, doesn't know the area, how do you scout? I mean, I've always said, if you don't see shit, you're not going to see shit. And I haven't seen shit. I've hunted rubs, I've hunted scrapes for hours, and have not seen a buck. I've had more success with sight. If I spot them, I'll set up there for a couple of days and then move. I shot a 12-pointer in 2019 that way. I was set up in one of my favorite spots. Everybody has them. I've shot deer out of that spot. I didn't see anything for like 3 days. On a Wednesday, I decided to move. Go back to the truck and have lunch. Go into town, get something to eat, whatever. Take a little break, take a little sightseeing tour. And I sat down for, couldn't have been more than 10 minutes. And I look, and like 50 yards from me, there's a nice buck moving across my line of sight. So I didn't grunt at him, I didn't do anything. I just watched him. So I was on the ground, hoping he would come into range. He didn't. He kind of waved it off a little bit. So that day, afternoon, I moved my tree stand because on the way out of the woods, I luckily went this one direction, which I normally don't go, and I spot 3 beds. I'm like, okay, there's tree rubs here. Maybe that dude is spending some time here. So I set up, and he came through on a Friday morning. I shot him. So that's pretty much how I determine where I'm going to set up. I always look for drop-ins, because if you find drop-ins, I'm convinced that you're in between the bedding area and the feeding area. I mean, there's runs all through the woods, and these deer follow them all the time. They're beaten down for a reason. Trails just don't get made through the woods by one person walking through. These are consistently used by deer. And you can tell the difference between a deer run and a human trail. Human trails are much wider, much bigger, maybe made by dirt bikes or bicycles or just lots of foot traffic, you know? I look for breaks in stone walls. Normally you'll see that, like right here. See this break in the stone wall right here? It's a popular crossing area. If you go in, you start to see the form of a run. That's what I look for. I look to see if they've been using it. That's why I set up my camera in this one spot, because it looked pretty good. It was intersecting. Lo and behold, to me, public woods, same bullshit. Find a good spot, somebody else already knows about it. So, I'm moving. I'm going to go on the other side of this parcel today. Somebody told me it's a good spot. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to carry my climbing stand with me. I'm going to pop myself up in a tree if I find a good spot for a few hours. And if I see a lot of sign there, I'll pop my camera up. And pretty much that's what I do. I don't make YouTube videos. this is something that I'm new at. I decided to do this because, you know, there's a lot of guys out there that hunt, and a lot of new people hunting that maybe they don't know. Or maybe they're doing the same thing I am. Or maybe I'm making a mistake and someone can help me. You know, the internet's a wonderful place. It's full of information. I've learned a lot by watching certain videos. Little things I pick up here and there. Maybe some modifications on your tree stand or your tree steps or your saddle, whatever you use. I haven't done the saddle yet. Another thing I always do when I'm walking out and I see soft sand like this, always look for tracks. Always. I don't see any, so this area has convinced me that there's nothing here. Another thing too, deer have to have water. It's been so dry here in Connecticut and Massachusetts. There's no water. And the only water that's there, maybe some swamps. And I don't think deer are going to drink that water. I think they want fresh, clean water. So I'm going to go down by this lake area. And I'm going to set up there maybe for a couple hours that I was saying before. Or if I find a stream, they'll drink that, I think. But I don't think they're going to walk into a swampy area and drink that water. Unless they absolutely have nothing else available to them. You know, they're going to stay in an area if everything they need is there. I'm convinced that that's not the case here. So I'm going to move. So yeah, so I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to things, doing videos on YouTube and stuff. But, you know, I figured, hey, everybody else got channels. They got sponsors. They're helping people. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to invent my channel, and I'll make a channel, call it something. And hopefully some of you guys, you know, enjoy it. Take care.